Hello, everyone. Welcome, broadcasting live from your local Nebraska Furniture Mart. Today, we're here to talk about chairs that broke the internet this week.
Yes.
Um, what
I
a
I will
what
be
a
presenting the Maloof rocker and talking in detail of how it's
ooh.
built.
If you've ever wondered how movies are made, we're gonna get deep into it, starting with the chairs. Apparently, a foundational piece of movie making. Maybe the electric state didn't have that many chairs, and that's why the movie's not as good.
This
So
I have
movie needs
theories.
more chairs.
the Russos learned their lesson, right? Like, "Oh, we need
I,
more
I do
chairs."
wonder. I do wonder if the electric state was just like practice for them, where they're like, "How do we juggle such a large cast? Let's just see if we can pull it off in this movie first. We'll use Netflix money to try to schedule, just to kind of work out the kinks in like scheduling and everything with such a huge
Damn
cast,
it.
and then we take all those lessons from the electric state and apply them to the next two Avengers movies."
Okay, so obviously nailed it.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why they worked out the Kings.
I hope so. Yeah, so we're gonna be talking about the big Marvel 5 hour announcement.
I mean, they
Well,
just put out chairs and had like over 2 million views on that live stream.
that's crazy. Can you imagine? I mean, obviously I'm sure they monetize their channel. So like the fact that they, I mean, this didn't look cheap to produce. This video did not look like it looked like they were real chairs. I don't know. I don't think they used CGI
I'm sure
chairs.
this was part of Robert Downey Jr.'s deal. It's like, you're going to have to do a couple of YouTube videos.
We're gonna have to get you on TikTok, Downey. All right.
We're going to put you on Voice Critical channel.
This thing probably costs like $40 to make for them. This is like,
Chairs look pretty expensive.
I'm sure they have those chairs just like they buy them in bulk, and then they just replace it's just the thing that they replace. It's just the name placard.
The backing.
Yeah, because I was watching the Director by Night special, and they had the Werewolf by Night backings on those chairs, and I was like, and they look like the logo from the comic, and I was like, I want one of those so bad. Like, I want to see all the ones that they've used across and where they go.
Yeah, they just have somebody with a cricket in the corner just printing those out. Like, it's just.
Now, I didn't watch the full event, but did they have a small chair for Paul Rudd?
I didn't see Paul Rudd when I joined.
Okay, so I guess the first question.
I think I saw a picture of the tiny Paul Rudd chair.
Yeah,
did you guys watch this live? I guess that's my first question.
Yes,
no, absolutely not.
Did you watch the whole thing, Clay?
I forget when I jumped in, but I just kept it on because I was riding the hype train, and for me, all these are escape, and I have had a really shit week, and so I just stayed in YouTube and just watched it. It was just like having fun. I mean, that's what I'm doing it for.
I switched over to watch it, so I saw the announcements start popping up on various social media sites. So then I was, when I was in Instagram or whatever, I would see that they were live. The Marvel account was live, so I would watch it, and it was just like every time I went, it was just focused in on one chair.
Yeah.
And I would watch it for like 30 seconds, and then I'd get bored, and I'm like, no, I'll just follow up later. I know somebody's watching this, and I'll just watch the announcements later.
What was interesting is it would focus on a chair, and then it would start to play music for the next person. So you could hear like X-Men music, and it would start to build. And so everyone in chat was just like hyped over. It's like, who's next? Who's next? And then you would just see people. I mean, like, I was throwing out Oscar Isaac's name in chat. I was hoping there was going to be a Moon Knight appearance. And then you just saw all the Leonard Kim, always there.
Always there.
But it was just, I was just hyped. I mean, and it was neat seeing everyone in chat who they wanted to see, who they wanted to show up. I mean, I was throwing out Nicholas Hammond. I was like, let's do it. Let's get to the original Spider-Man. Let's go.
Clay's dreams of Nicholas Hammond.
One day.
They met my one dream.
So I didn't watch it.
Baby, he's back.
I didn't watch it live. What I did do next day, the new Rockstars channel did their whole like they did a whole live thing for like the full 4.5, 5 hours, however long it was. So what I did instead is I watched a replay of their stream. I mean they have a big crew, so they have people. So I just
So
had it
you
on at
still, in a
work.
way, watched all 5 hours.
Well, it was cool because they would talk about it, right? They would show a chair and then they would talk about it. There was like, I think it was like, they determined it was like 11, 12-minute increments before the next
They know
chair.
how to monetize.
Yeah. So then they would cut in and then they would cut back to like the stream because then they would play the music. They would try to get, so like they made it fun and they would speculate and just kind of, it was almost as if watching it, like, which I think a lot of these channels, what they do is they give you a sense of community and just like, oh look, I can't be in the same room with you guys watching it because that would have been cool. We would have, like a little Avengers party. But then it's kind of the same thing watching it with people online,
Yeah,
like
that's smart.
reacting to
That's
what they're
smart.
saying.
It is like watching with your buddies,
Yeah,
your
so
online friends. It's also just when you describe it that way, it feels almost like a sports draft. Because I used to watch, back in the day, I loved the NBA, and I would watch the NBA draft, and they would, the pool itself was always fun because it was like the ping pong balls and stuff like that. But like between each drafted player, then the experts would come in and talk about how they would help the team or what the next team might draft. So watching something like the new Rockstars, it's almost like watching a sporting event
yeah,
where they talk about the name and then speculate going forward.
Quick sports
yeah,
ball question for you though. When the Mavericks had the best pick in the draft, do you remember who got picked that year and how far the Mavericks fell? That's when I was like, the lottery is rigged because Dallas should have had Shaquille O'Neal after the worst year they ever had, and they had the 4th pick in the draft, and I was like, this is rigged. NBA is rigged.
Year, it was like I feel like there's a thing where the ping pong ball like knocked the other one out or something like that.
Yes.
Is that? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I remember this. Is that our Sean Bradley year?
That was no. Sean Bradley was the trade the year before, and that year I think in the 4th pick that Dallas picked Jason Kidd.
Oh, okay.
That's still a pretty good pick.
It's still a pretty good pick, but it's not Shaquille O'Neal pick.
It's not Shaquille O'Neal.
For our audience, let me bring you back in. Sean Bradley, star of Space Jam, along with Michael Jordan, and Charles Barkley, and Muggsy Bone, and who was the other one?
Robert
Patrick
Pack.
Ewing.
Patrick Ewing,
right? Boom! I just named 5 sports people. Boom.
Thank you for coming to our show.
Thank you for coming. This is also like, this is why the Royal Rumble is so cool. Man,
Leonard
to watch
Kim is
put
that comment on thing.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which one?
Leonard Kim's talking sports with us, man.
Oh, Leonard Kim. Oh man, jack of all trades in the chat. Just a couple years ago, Spurs got Wemby when it should have been the Pistons. Oh, is Leonard Kim a Pistons fan or just pissed off about the injustice?
Yeah. My last sports prediction: the Dallas Mavericks within 2 years will move to Las Vegas.
I mean, it sounds like it's going that way.
I'm gonna hate it. But they already broke my heart, so they're making me root for LA, which is the worst part.
They're so rich. The owners are so rich. They're tanking the team so that it can move because they're not getting gambling in Dallas. So that is my hot sport.
I will say I was not aware that Mark Cuban had sold the Mavericks until very recently. So
yeah, it's a sad day.
Yeah. That guy just sells stuff. That's his whole thing. He's a flipper. He's the original
He's
flipper.
Just a sports flipper.
Yeah, I want to take this radio internet thing, flip it for its value. Anyways, enough about Mark Cuban. This is in Shark Tank. Yeah, I mean,
but if he wants to give us money.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, do you want to invest in this? We have a Patreon. Mark Cuban.
If he flips this podcast, we're all gone.
You know what? If we get a payday out of it, I'm good. I'll retire. I'll just read comics for fun instead of for work.
Listen, I'll take my 90 days non-compete clause, and then we'll be back in 90 days.
That's right. So yeah, like I was saying, this is kind of the beauty of the Royal Rumble too, right? Which is like every few minutes. And the cool thing is they did the same thing with the songs. Like It's a little bit harder now because the songs in WWE are not as distinguishable from one another.
Yeah.
Because Dev Rebel was not a very good song producing group. But yeah, it's the cool thing, right? Like you hear the song, you hear the countdown, you hear the song, and then you like, oh, here comes the next wrestler or whatever. So it's like every few minutes you get a pop. With this, the same thing. Like even though this was a pre-recorded thing, I still got excited when I saw, and I already knew some of the names that were coming. Like I still got excited because like, oh, cool, like all the possibilities. I want to show you guys.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed it because I was going to come in ready to bash it because I was like, this is so boring and it's taking so long, and I don't. This is the epitome of this could have been an email.
Yes.
And I was like, and on the heels of the Fantastic Four trailer drop where they made us all get up at like 4 a.m. for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Was it what?
And yeah, but like I feel like both of you guys like enjoyed the experiences, which makes me think I'm just a cranky old man, which I prefer.
So, I will say I didn't enjoy it live. I enjoyed the aftermath. I will say this is a lot more fun than if they had just put in an article on Variety.
Yeah.
So like if they're gonna do, I mean, they could keep milking this stuff forever.
I think there's going to be a second announcement at some point.
I believe that. I also think it would be great if this was just kind of like the footage we saw in Infinity War that never showed up in Infinity War. It would be great if this was just a psych of like, half these people are real and half of them aren't.
Right. So I do want to show, Marvel did put together a shorter video. So let's take a look at that real quick. I know one of you two put the list of people. I never know who changes the doc when I'm not doing it, so I appreciate it. Whoever it was that filled in the list of everyone.
You're welcome. Good job.
Okay.
Good job, me.
Thank you, Jeff. So let's take a look real quick here, and then we'll kind of go. I think you don't see the small chair in this one if they did have it, but
oh really?
So this is like a better, like it's just a reshot version of the whole thing. So they did have all the chairs, I think.
Yeah, I don't think this is as expensive to produce as you think it was.
I also think it's an interesting. We'll talk about the order of things in a second.
Yeah. Also, the gender dynamic.
Yes.
Also, possible spoilers that they've done now.
Yeah. Like, I mean, yeah, for Thunderbolts, right? You see a lot of Thunderbolts characters. Like, oh, I guess nobody's dying except that one character we all know.
That one character.
Timu Lu, good to have him back. This is gonna be good to have him back on my screen.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
He's the one I was most excited to see.
Yeah.
This is one of the big pops. That's the driver.
Yeah.
Do we want to see an Anthony Mackie Avengers Assemble in this?
I think he's earned it.
I think he's earned it.
Winston Duke was also a big pop for me. I think he's really fun.
I mean, it'd be wild if we saw a battle cry of Avengers Assemble, Wakanda Forever, and
To Me My X-Men.
To Me My X-Men.
I don't know what Magneto sells his Brotherhood. This was a big pop too.
Channing Tatum, huge. RDJ, man. That promo just cost $80 million, man. Does he get a bigger cut of the film, or does he get a huge payday?
I feel like this is all in his contract. This was all like included. This is all, they paid for the full Downey, as you.
Oh, if he's smart, he's 100% taking points off the back end.
Oh,
like, yeah.
That's all. Carlos, Carlos is we'll fill you in, Carlos. We got a full list with all the characters.
We got Thunderbolts. We got X-Men 97.
Yes. So let's go again through it. So these are in order, right? Maybe not the order that we saw in the chairs, but it's all right.
They're not the order of the chairs. I put them kind of in order that made more sense. I think.
Oh, that blue, like by property.
Yeah, by property. Although I think I left Wyatt off accidentally as I was scrolling through the name. I don't know if he got on there or not.
Just a hater hater of the U.S. agent. Never
yeah.
I would love to see U.S. agent try to pull off an Avengers Assemble and everyone just kind of side eyes him.
I love this. This is Marvel still has on a chokehold. It's a live stream with a bunch of chairs and we're still tuned in.
I'm hyped, man. I need the excitement. I need the happiness. I was there and I'm ready for these films. I've rewatched X and X2. I'm preparing for X3. And he's back, baby. He's back. I'm so hyped for Nightcrawler.
Did you put you did put the Thunderbolts together. All right, so let's kind of go through this list real quick. We'll start in Asgard. We only got 2 Asgardians, according to this grouping. We have Chris Hemsworth probably returning as Thor, and Loki. I mean, Tom Hiddleston.
What happens to Loki for him to return?
But which Loki? Is it the Loki we left in the chair? Is it one of the other Lokis that are probably still running around out there? That's gonna be I think the real question.
How are the timelines broken?
Yeah, what does that mean? Like, I mean, we'll talk more when it comes to the other ones, but Asgard looking pretty good. Is there any other Asgardians you guys want to see or think we should have that are kind of necessary for this?
I mean, Asgardian Queen.
Yeah, Valkyrie.
Valkyrie, yes.
I mean, pretty much everyone else is kind of dead. I mean, we lost the Warrior 3. We lost. I mean, how many Asgardians are dead versus how many Loki God of Stories?
Yeah, God of Stories. I know Heimdall's all in Valhalla right now, but I would love to see both him and Natalie Portman come back as Thor. And
was there a bit where they talk because they always have something at the end of they've started doing the things at the end. Was there not a bit where they were like Jane Foster will return?
I don't think so. At the end of Love and Thunder, the end credit scene is she's in Valhalla. But I don't think they say she will return.
Okay, I couldn't remember if there was like a little title card if they did that.
It would be weird to like undo their own movie right after it happened, right?
Oh, that would be fucked up.
Well, everything we all know everything's fair game. Like,
I know we just put you through all this emotional shit, but it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Her cancer, forget about it.
Don't worry about it. Magic away. All right. Then we have Anthony Mackie, Captain America, and Danny Ramirez, who was the Falcon. Danny Ramirez was a surprise to be announced because, I feel like he just got here. He's definitely somebody I want to see again.
Well, I mean, he was in Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah, but like 6 people watched that, and 3 of us are in this room. So, unfortunately, I like the show, but unfortunately.
But I mean, it makes sense story-wise because at the end of this last movie, spoilers. He's like, I'm going to get the Avengers back together. And if you're Sam, from a story point of view, you only know like Falcon. Like he's like, well, I'm going to start with my best friend who also has like a super pack or jetpack or whatever.
I'm surprised that hasn't hit Disney Plus yet. Like, I feel like they would have wanted to get it in there.
I'm glad it hasn't, honestly, because that means longer time in the theater.
But it's not even in theaters anymore, I don't think.
Is it? I thought it came
out in February. It's been a while. I mean, maybe there are some theaters that keep Marvel movies around forever.
Yeah, if this was 1980, it'd be in the theater for a year.
It's not even on demand yet, I don't think. So does that mean Marvel's slowing down how quickly they turn something out of the theater? Because they made money.
It made a lot.
It was the best director speech when what's his name said, "Please leave movies in theaters longer."
Oh yeah,
and they were like, "Let's do it. Let's try it out."
You got it, bud. Then we have Paul Rudd, the Ant-Man stands alone. We don't have really anybody else from Ant-Man.
Interesting. Well, I don't know if you want to get into this right away, but I feel like it is interesting. There's no Cassie.
There's no Young Avengers.
There's no Young Avengers, but I would think that, I mean, so the other person that Sam would go to if he were restarting a thing is the only other person he's familiar with, which is Ant-Man. And so maybe he's just like, okay, I'll join your Avengers, but not my daughter. That's too dangerous or something.
I think the youngest person in here is Danny Ramirez, just looking at the list. And even character-wise, like, because even I thought maybe Danny the Falcon would be like part of the Young Avengers or Champions or whatever they're gonna call it.
Yelena.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but she's older. I mean, I just as far as lumping them in with the older versus the young, none of these actors are young anymore. Like I think Iman Vellani is probably the youngest.
Shuri is young. Is like probably the youngest character wise.
Yeah, but she has way more responsibility than any of
America
the
Chavez, also very young. I think America Chavez also might be one of the younger characters with Ms. Marvel. But let's keep going through the list. So we have now the Thunderbolts, which looks like everyone's coming out of that movie unscathed because we have
except one person.
Except the one person we know is not gonna make it. So we have Sebastian Stan as Bucky Barnes, Congressman Bucky Barnes. Sorry, Representative Barnes. Which I don't think we know which state he represents yet. So that's gonna be fun to find out.
He's from New York. It should be New York.
That's true. Sebastian Stan. So Florence Pugh, Yelena Belova, the White Widow. Wyatt Russell, the U.S. agent, which I put back on the list, regardless of Jeff's censoring. David Harbour, the Red Guardian, which I'm very excited because I really felt like if anybody else was going to die in that Thunderbolts movie.
Well, that would be fascinating, though, if there was we don't know how the movie ends because it could be a death that he's brought back from. But that would be a weird way to end the Thunderbolts, is to have any death, and then we know he's going to be in another movie.
I wonder if they all get lost in the void.
Oh,
or maybe most of them get lost in the void, and then they find a way to pull them out. And then
because the end of the Thunderbolts is going to tie into this somehow, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, unless they put in a time pad.
I don't know. That's a good question. We have Hannah John came in, who's Ghost. Probably one of the least recognizable names as far as I know, like if I see the actor, I know who they are, but I don't the name I was not familiar with.
I've watched her in a couple of horror movies.
Lewis Pullman, who is Bob, aka probably the Sentry.
Yeah,
very likely. They've all but confirmed. So there's the Thunderbolts, and of course there's no Taskmaster. Unfortunately, unless that's a big surprise, they're not dead. He's alive.
That's on the second tier of chairs that they add later on.
They're gonna do only these people work chairs into their contracts.
So is Secret Wars after or before Doomsday?
After.
Okay,
which makes sense. We'll get into what the possible plots are going to be for, because I have a theory already on these movies now that we're seeing some of these people. Then from the Black Panther universe, we have Letitia Wright, who's the current Black Panther, ruler of Wakanda. There's a lot going on. Shuri is doing a lot right now.
Yeah,
she's the ruler of Wakanda, along with being the Black Panther. Then we have Winston Duke as M'Baku, and Tenoch Huerta as Namor.
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting. We have Simu Liu coming back as Shang-Chi.
Yes.
Which I'm so excited because there should have been a Shang-Chi 2 already.
Yeah.
Or something else. Agents of Atlas. Just anything else that Shang-Chi could have been a part of.
Oh, I'd love an Agent of Atlas. Oh,
yeah.
Yes. Gorilla
Man. Very underrated group, I feel. They have such cool powers too. I mean, there's multiple iterations of the group as well, so you could really pick and choose.
Oh my god, that'd be a great TV show.
Yeah, and we could bring Quake back in there.
Anyways. Yeah, Agent Wu.
Yes. All right, this is where it gets real juicy. Now, one thing I wanted to ask: what do you guys think that Kelsey Grammer was so far away from everyone else from the X-Men property? Because he's got now. With the only thing I could think of, and this is something that I heard, is maybe he is the Beast from the Marvels movie from at the end of the movie, but maybe some of the other mutants are from the X-Men Deadpool future that was saved after the movie. So maybe they're not from the same universe. So that might be the thing, or I don't know. Maybe Kelsey Grammer, you just wanted to be higher up on the list. Maybe he's coming back as oh Jesus, what's his name? What's his
Frasier?
Yeah, Frasier. Because they need a psychiatrist on the team.
I hope that he does get to say his famous lines about tossed salad and scrambled eggs as he.
Oh my! Wait, Frasier that dirty? I didn't realize.
It's in the song. It's in the song.
Oh my goodness. Am I about to watch Frasier now?
Yeah.
Do I need to start with Cheers?
Get into
Um,
it.
Marvel acquires Cheers and Frasier. That would be wild.
Cheers spun out like 2 or 3 shows, right? I think they did not.
Yeah, there's they
The
spun off one.
Tortellis.
The Tortelli's very good. Frasier
Was it
Frasier
the
sequel.
Taxi Driver? No, that was in Cheers.
No.
I thought it did one more. Maybe I'm thinking of Happy Days. I think that one spun out like 3 or 4 things as well.
Mork and Mindy, Laverne and Shirley.
Yeah, I don't know.
We can do the Paul. What is it? The Paul Weissel universe or whatever. The St. Elsewhere's universe.
Oh yeah, it's all
connected.
It's all connected.
All right, let's keep going with the X-Men. So we have Patrick Stewart, which as soon as that music hit, because they used the X-Men 97 music for him.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. Same as they did when they revealed them in Multiverse of Madness, right?
Yeah, when he rolled in.
Oh, we just heard that song and everyone just popped. Ian McKellen right next to him. I'm thinking this might be Clay's favorite. Alan Cumming.
He's going to play not only regular Nightcrawler, but infant Nightcrawler. He's going to do it all, baby. I'm ready. I'm so hyped for Nightcrawler to be back.
Oh, I can't believe Marvel's going to punt a child off a cliff.
Here we go. Grab that baby and throw.
Oh, yeah. And Rebecca Romaine, she's also there, so they can recreate the whole thing.
I want this costume. I want the assassin-looking badass. I mean,
she needs a skull belt, at least.
The skull belt. Oh.
Yeah, and I think
it's total redesign. I mean, I watched the original X and X2, and watching her be Mystique. I mean, but I don't think she could pull that off again. That's a lot. And I mean, just the whole blue body makeup. I want to see the original cool ass costume, and it would be kind of cool if they introduced Destiny at this time as well.
Yeah.
Now that we could have the whole Nightcrawler retcon.
Yep, and we have a couple more X-Men. We have James Marsden, the Donut Lord himself.
Justice for Cyclops, because man, he gets nothing in those X-Men movies.
But he's had such a renaissance since then. Like, it's been really fun to see him do like a lot of wacky. He was in Westworld. He was in The Jury. He was in obviously running the Sonic franchise, which seems to never going to be stopping like at all. So that's really fun. And then we have another X-Men, but not really somebody
Carlos.
What did Carlos say? Rebecca, you could pull it off.
Yeah, but man, that's a lot to ask someone. We need you to get back in shape that you were in 25 years ago so we can paint you blue.
Yeah, I just feel like
you can sit in makeup for 5 hours again.
Yeah, even as a performer, you're probably just like, can I get some clothes this time, please?
I'd be like, just put me in a bodysuit, put all the little ping pong balls on me, CGI it.
That's right.
Go for it.
Yeah. And even I hope they do something different with the hair. I always thought the slick back hair looked weird for Mystique.
Yeah.
So because it kind of gave me the feeling like, is she like wet all the time? Like it just kind of had that look, right? Because she's
just like constantly like oiling her hair.
Like did she do the Roman Reigns baby oil in the hair?
Yeah.
For the match. All right. And then of course a mutant that we haven't seen with this batch, Channing Tatum, probably only added after the success of Gambit in Deadpool Wolverine.
Yeah, definitely.
He definitely
to see him not do a bit about himself and not be so self-aware will be interesting.
Well, it was funny in the Deadpool Wolverine because he's like the only one that doesn't really have like an origin. He doesn't even come up with an origin story, right? He just like, I showed up here.
Yeah, he's birthed from the void.
That's right. Then we move on to the Fantastic Four. We have Evan Moss Backrack as Micro from The Punisher. No. Not just kidding. The Thing, of course. He was Micro in the Punisher series on Netflix, though, which is really funny.
It's great to see those that have done, dual roles in the MCU.
Mm-hmm. Vanessa Kirby, of course, is Susan Storm. Joseph Quinn is Johnny Storm, and Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. And then, of course, last but not least, Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom. So that's everyone that's been announced so far. So first thing I wanted to ask you guys, your favorite person announced. Who was it? Yeah,
Simu
as big Traders fan. Do you watch Traders, Clay?
Watch what?
Traders
Traders.
is a reality show that he hosts. It's kind of like they play you know that game Werewolf, where there's like a trader amongst the villagers.
Oh, I've heard of it. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he hosts the show. I feel like if you want more Alan Cummings, like people love Traders.
Oh, wait a minute. I did start to watch it, and I just didn't like the vibe of it because it was just basically people turning on each other. It was like the worst part of reality shows.
I hear the first season in the US is not very good, but the UK seasons and the second US seasons are good. So maybe if you want to retry.
Okay. My thing on Alan Cummings is like when he did Nightcrawler, I was hyped. He had put out a book at the time, and he's like, hey, if you enjoy my work, maybe check out my book. And I checked it out. A little too much for me. He just loves doing a lot of cocaine and sex in the bathroom because it was like a semi-autobiographical. And I was like, all right,
listen,
I get your
back
vibe,
in the
man.
Day. Maybe he's a chill little dude now. Yeah, see, the Traders is great. Leonard Kim has never lied, except about that one thing where he didn't like something that I was like, that's not. Oh, Conclave. The only thing Leonard Kim is wrong about is Conclave. Everything else we can trust his opinion on. We're still planning our Conclave show close to Easter. So make sure to Clay. I guess maybe you weren't here when we talked about it. So make sure to put that on your. We're watching Conclave and we're talking about it, Clay.
We're gonna watch the Conclave and Exorcist.
And we're watching what is it, Angels and Demons, the Dan Brown based book movie, because that's also about a conclave with Ewan McGregor. Anyways,
Passion of the Christ. It's a big Easter show.
I think that's a little too far back into the past. Maybe when the sequel comes out, we'll revisit the topic. Too Christ, too furious.
So what pairings, what triple, like what kind of groupings do you see in these people that you're excited for?
Jeff, did you say are your favorite?
Oh, it's Simu.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him back because he's such a pleasant fellow. He's a good actor, and we haven't seen that character in quite a while.
For a while.
Mine's
definitely Channing Tatum because I did not think we were gonna get more Gambit. You guys know
it will be interesting because he's kind of a funny, like he's a self-parodying character, right? And that accent, they make fun of it the whole movie in Deadpool, and it'd be weird to put like a funny kind of accented, like a heavily accented character in this kind of like what I'm assuming is going to be a very dramatic, serious kind of action movie.
I mean, I feel like a lot of these characters could pull off. Like David Harbour is pretty funny. I think each group has a funny person in it, right?
Yeah.
Like either the Thing or Johnny are gonna be the funny ones, or both are gonna be.
Both.
Who else? Winston Duke, I think, approaches his role pretty like in a playful manner for the most part. Yeah. So I think they can find a good balance. I think if the Russos have shown us one thing they can do is definitely find the balance of like where to put in the humor in these things. So, all right, Clay, you were gonna ask a question about the groupings.
Yeah, because we now are seeing like Namor and Sue will meet for the first time. How awkward is that going to be for Reed?
Hey, girl, you single? What's going on? Let me put you in one of my movies.
I'm around.
Most people call me Kukul's Khan, but you can call me Namor.
Also, I'm loving Captain America, Bucky, and Falcon. Like those three because we've seen them in the show, and I kind of love Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Shaw hanging out together.
You think Wyatt Russell's gonna ask them to hang out with? Can I hang out with you guys? Those guys are weird. Those guys are assholes. Can I hang out with you guys?
Red Guardian keeps making fun of me. Can I hang out with y'all?
Yeah, he says his shield's better than mine because it was made in Mother Russia.
So what is your theory? You said you had a theory about how this is going to go.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys read Hickman's Avengers run.
Yeah.
The new Avengers book started with the incursions. So I think the first film, this Doomsday film, that they're working on is going to be all about these worlds incursions, and that's how we're going to see a lot of these characters because their worlds are colliding with the main MCU. So I feel like a lot of these people are only going to be sticking around maybe for one movie because their worlds are going to be destroyed. And I think that's where the whole plot of the first movie is trying to stop the incursions from happening, very similar to what they were trying to do in leading up to Secret Wars in the Marvel comics and the main Avengers series. And then after they fail, that's when we have Secret Wars, which is where we see like, you know, Doomsday, God Emperor Doom and all that stuff. And I feel like we don't even see Robert Downey Jr. until maybe the closer to the end of the movie.
Yeah.
And then he's really the big part of the second film. So
because we'll be coming off of Fantastic Four as well. So however that ends, there might be a life raft we first see in that film for Reed and the Fantastic Four and whoever they save from their universe, and maybe Doom has his own life raft.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I feel like a lot of these groups may try to save themselves. They all have one smart person, right, that could save a bunch of people at the same time. Like Beast could come up with something to rescue some of the mutants. I feel like Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart may not stick around for the full thing, but like Channing Tatum could, and James Marsden, and maybe we get what's her name, Janica Benson, is that her name? Who played Jean Grey?
Oh yeah, Famke
Jensen.
Thank you. Yeah. I knew she had a name that was hard to pronounce.
So is Ant-Man the smartest Avenger in this batch of Avengers?
Man,
probably though. Yeah.
I think so. I mean, he's
not many to choose from.
He's definitely the trickiest. I don't know about the smartest. It's not Thor.
But he was an engineer because he's an engineer.
Yeah. I mean, he helped put together the time heist. It was really kind of his concept, the whole foundation of that. So,
if there's one character that I feel like will stick around with Marvel forever, I feel like it's Paul Rudd. Like he'll just be like, "I'll keep coming back." Sure,
but he was originally supposed to die in Ant-Man. I had read.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That way they took it away from
Kang, if Kang had stayed on, that was going to be like, he was.
Oh, in Quantumania.
Yeah, in Quantumania.
Oh, okay. I was like, is that why they took it away from Edgar Wright because he was going to kill the guy? Like, I only want to do one movie.
One movie and I'm out.
One movie and I'm out.
So I do feel like there will be a second chair announcement at some point in time. But I do wonder if some of the names that have been omitted also if they're going to do something sort of like what they did between Infinity War and Endgame, where we just have like there's just some people that we're just going to save for the second movie, and then everybody will be folded in, at kind of like at the end of that part.
Yeah, there's, I mean, out of the original Avengers, there's not a lot in here, right? We're missing a few of the big hitters.
And with proof that like you can survive the multiverse collapse and having Gambit in, we could have Blade, the one and only Blade. So, not mentioning a Wesley Snipes cameo or even like role is amazing because we still haven't gotten a Blade movie and they can't get it together. And they have seen such a reaction to his showing up in Deadpool and Wolverine. It'd be amazing if they redid Blade just for Wesley Snipes because I would be there for it. So,
I guess I want to ask not only who else you would like to see on this list, but like who's the big like long shot where you're like, I don't think they'll ever do this, but I would like where you would pop in the theater for it.
Ben Affleck, Daredevil.
Oh, that's a good. I mean,
with Elektra.
Yeah. Oh,
they won't do that.
She was a little salty at the end of that. She was a little salty at it.
It was very salty, and I love it.
Okay.
But there's a lot of people on this that aren't, so there's no Eternals. Right. Like I say earlier, no Young Avengers.
We all know Jeff loves the Eternals. Big fan.
Big fan of the Eternals. No Doctor Strange. No.
Yeah. Even though he's mentioned
none of the Spider-Mans.
No Spider-Man yet.
Yeah. So there's so not only so if we're combining worlds or getting rid of them, maybe in that second set or whatever, you might see a Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, or somebody from these other properties outside of our main Marvel universe.
Dakota Johnson. Yeah.
Dakota Johnson. I would love to. So yeah, to answer your earlier question, if Dakota Johnson pops in, love it. But I want to see Mike Coulter as Power Man asking for his money, coming up to Doctor Doom and being like, "Where's my money?" That would be fun. And this one is just for Clay. This is my long shot, but Timothy Chalamet as White Suit Beyonder with the little curly Jerry curl.
You had me at Beyonder. I would love to see the White
I think he'd make a great Beyonder.
Versus the alien Beyonders that we get in Hickman's version.
Oh no, I need the full-on 70s Beyonder, even though he's in the 80s. But I need that 70s outfit
with his Bob Dylan voice, using the Bob Dylan voice.
100%. And then you could have one of the Spider-Men teach him how to poop.
Which one do you think would more effectively teach him how to poop?
I think Tom Holland. I think Tom Holland would probably be if I needed to learn how to poop, I'd want to be from Tom Holland.
Would he keep forgetting because like he doesn't know who Peter is?
Yes.
Yeah,
or does he Beyonder know?
He's a Beyonder. He's beyond that stuff.
Okay.
See, I really this is just an insane theory. Would be I would love to see a Nicholas Hammond show up as an old Peter Parker with a Tom Holland and give him warnings about the dangers of being Spider-Man. Like I kind of love that concept of the Peter Parker from the Reign series, the older one who's lost a lot, warning Tom of like, this is what can happen if you keep being a hero.
I mean, you could have Nick Cage show up as Spider-Noir.
I would love Nicholas Hammond too, but maybe he shows up like an old Ben Reilly who lost Peter, and in his world he had to take over. Like maybe it's even the same world from the Spider-Man show, and then that world gets lost and Peter dies, and then he's the one that has to take over. So he's a little more grizzled and more like not happy about it.
Maybe we could have Cloak and Dagger from the Cloak and Dagger Hulu series show up.
Oh yeah, a lot of Hulu people.
Yeah, and we don't really have any villains, so we kind of have an X-Men v Avengers type scenario. That if their worlds are colliding and they're trying to save it, are they just fighting each other?
Oh, I think that first movie, because they're all just trying to save their own world. Like in the series, in the comics, Avengers just fight other Avengers from other Earths, and whoever wins, whoever's more prepared. Like the main comic Avengers are more prepared just because they knew that a lot of this was happening, and I don't remember exactly how they had a kind of hand up, but in the first collision, they used the Infinity Stones to destroy the other universe, and they're like, well, that was it. That was our one thing. Like we could only do that once because now the stones are gone. But with this, these guys don't have the stones. We know that they were destroyed when Thanos destroyed them. So,
and just looking at this team, this X-Men team would beat the shit out of that Avengers team. Am I wrong?
I mean, Magneto really is like putting his finger on the scale, right? Like any team that he's in, I feel like.
Same for Professor X. I mean, all he has to do is just like, turn one of them to just attack each other.
What if they take the actors that were in Zack Snyder's Justice League and turn them into the Squadron Supreme?
I'm listening.
Wow.
I'm listening. But and that whole segment is directed by Zack Snyder. That sequence of them fighting against that other Earth. Because I think they do fight the Squadron Supreme, and one of the Earths that they fight is the Squadron Supreme. And that's why Hyperion stuck around for a while, because his world was destroyed, so he's the only survivor of that universe.
And what if Famke is here, but she's not Jean Grey, but she is full on Phoenix, and she's a villain and just not revealed, and this is the hero list, and we're going to get a villain list.
What if we get both Howard the Ducks?
Yeah, Carlos saying 2 Omega level mutants. Come on. I will say my long shot is
long shot.
My long shot is not long shot. Although that would be cool.
Full mullet long shot.
Give me a casting for long. Oh, you know who should be long shot? What's his name? He played Legion. Dan Stevens.
Oh, Dan Stevens is
Put
perfect.
Dan Stevens in a mullet and a leather jacket.
He's too good, man. That guy's
Or he
so
could just come
good.
back as Legion too. Like,
I was like,
for
he
all
just
I
come back as
care.
Legion.
He could come back, have a full musical movie with
Yeah.
everyone. That would be amazing because Hugh Jackman would come back for a musical.
So I have two kind of long shots, and one of them is probably more doable than the other. The first one's Clark Gregg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because I need the Avengers to know that Coulson was okay, kind of, after everything that happened, that it wasn't in vain, that everything they did.
If you want to keep theorizing, and that video that I loaded, I don't know when you want to play it. There's a lot
we'll
of
play it soon. We'll play it soon.
Okay.
Let me give you my other long shot.
Okay.
It is the Calvarine. And
Yes. Holy shit, that would be amazing. The Calvarine for just one movie. And he would destroy that Avengers team. He would totally destroy it.
I feel like that one would be way more of a long shot. So, all right. We're getting close because I got to drop off in 10 minutes or so, but Clay put together a video of the best memes that he saw throughout all this, because the internet was going crazy bananas.
It was, and there was some great stuff out there, and some stuff that I was like, "Oh, that would be great. That would be hilarious."
Now, Jeff and I haven't seen this. We'll talk a little bit through, over it.
Yeah, just talk over it, because I did it just to make you guys laugh.
All right,
and
cool.
if I get laughs from you guys and Leonard Kim, that's I'm happy.
It's a lot of pressure.
All worth
it. You too, Carlos.
That's a lot of pressure there, Clay, but I will see. Turn on.
Yeah, you can turn it down.
They're good. Like, started off strong with Severance. Oh no!
There's the far off casting.
Oh,
for fans of The Mask 2.
Okay. Oh, that's right. Alan Cumming as Gazoo. He's done so much, huh? There we go.
It's fun.
Mystery Man, brother.
Sinbad, is that a real movie though? Does Shazam even exist? Alright, this one, like, it went over my head. Like,
Robert Crumb went over your head. No Mystery Science Theater fans.
Sorry. Harry Styles. Oh, I forgot about he's our movie expert. The Doomsday Device.
A wrestling one.
Oh,
Harambe.
Yeah,
I like
Morris.
I like that one.
The real first Black Avenger.
You know what? I would pop.
Oh my god.
I was just seeing who was going to get the name reference.
I mean, who was that? That's what I meant. Frank, he's already doing stuff. Aren't they doing the New Human?
Dom DeLuise.
There we go. That's who we really want.
I was waiting for a Seth Green chair. I really wanted to see Seth Green show up in Doomsday.
if he's not sold out by Christmas. Thank you.
There's your Zack Snyder segment.
Hey, just add a third director.
Hey, they could do it. He could just direct the end cut scene, and you see the Squadron Supreme show up.
Oh my god, I don't know if we can show that.
MTV did. I really love that joke. That
It's funny.
Why is it 2% though? That's really good.
That's good. That's smart.
As the Banisher. Oh yes, Jackie Daytona.
That is, I was surprised that you had said that earlier because I loved that. I thought nobody would get that reference.
Wait, is this the movie that doesn't exist? Now I'm confused.
There we go.
Awesome.
Nicholas Hammond, baby.
Razor? Yeah, that's what we called it. We call that one, I think. Oh wow! They're going all out.
Good.
Yes, I pulled Jeff's. Jeff's had great memes.
He can't. He's a heel right now. Yo, Bob. He's just gonna host the thing.
Yes.
Sitting up front.
That's pretty good. Until you're dying. Listen. I'm down with shawarma because, well, I love shawarma because it's just like we do pastor.
I've never had shawarma.
Similar. Wow. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Leonard Kim. And Riley Reed shows up. Does the other model? I don't know who you're talking about. Leonard Kim. So you have to be more specific, or don't be more specific. That was pretty good, Clay. Great work. I might put that up as a standalone video. I just got to come up with a kick-ass thumbnail.
Kick-ass.
Like the one for today. I don't know if you guys saw. I'm hanging out with Robert Downey. I'm glad he had the time to hang out, take another picture by the chairs. All right. As we kind of wrap up, is there anything else that I guess wrap up this part. Like I said, you guys can keep talking after I head out. But anything else you guys think? I don't know, impressions, anything? Just Alan Cumming. You think he'll come back with all the scars like
They did when they went to the next phase after First Class, and they kept a young Nightcrawler, and he still scarred himself, and I really find that disturbing. But I guess that's the look they want to keep with him.
Maybe.
Because it would be weird to incorporate the fur at this point.
Beast came back completely different, right? In the Marvels.
Yeah, that's true.
Are these guys going to get updated?
Well, I hope he gets a suit, because we get to see him in the suit in Dark Phoenix. But that movie's so bad, I don't want to watch it again just to see.
Oh, and like a leotard, like the full thing.
Yeah, the full. Yeah, his original suit.
I would love it if he had the little shoulder. Wings.
Or in his priest outfit. Maybe he's the one that brings Jesus back. That's probably it. We solved it. Bam! Oh, Jesus is here.
No, just who to bring in, and then he walks through like a Doctor Strange portal.
Oh shit!
On your left, son.
Oh God! Are they ever going to have that portal moment again in some way? I mean, I don't know how.
I think they would in the second movie. In the second movie, when they all storm Doom's castle, like people just keep showing up. I don't know, man. We got plenty of time to go back and read and reread all the stuff. So maybe we should put a reading list together. I mean, obviously you could just read Jonathan Hickman's Avengers, but like, there are arcs that don't really drive the plot forward of Secret Wars. They're just kind of fun arcs that he was doing, but there's a lot that really does.
Since Josh isn't here, we should make an episode where we just read the original Secret Wars, because he hated rereading it so bad. But the original Secret Wars is just funny to see, because it was just made to sell toys and became like this huge thing.
Yeah. Very cool. I'm very excited. I'm glad. I would rather Marvel keep doing stuff like this than like just dropping, because they're about to start production, right?
Doing dumb trailers and movies.
Well, no, one of the smart things about this is that they're about to start production, which means that paparazzi are going to start snapping pictures and spoiling all this.
Yeah.
So at least Marvel got ahead of it, and they're like, hey, yeah, you'll probably see all these people like in the thing, right? And they don't have to be as careful with these people on the set, and they can really focus on keeping the surprises a secret. Like they did for Deadpool Wolverine, because I don't think anybody knew that Channing Tatum was going to be in that movie until the internet spoiled it for all those people that got to see it. I think Blade and Channing Tatum were pretty big surprises. At least
they had already spoiled Jennifer Garner.
Yeah, they had spoiled Jennifer Garner, and I think I forget Laura Kinney's name.
Daphne
Keane, yes. But everyone else, I mean, the other two, I think, were a pretty big surprise, and also Johnny Storm, right?
Yeah.
But we know they can still do it. They still have the juice to like not spoil everything.
Will we get it's clobbering time in a Fantastic Four movie or a Doomsday movie?
Well, we're getting one
definitely a Fantastic Four movie. I think definitely in a Fantastic Four.
We're getting one of WrestleMania.
And honestly, Marvel has so many actors like as part of their like umbrella now Like you could just be like anybody could be walking into like the studios and you just be like, well, I don't know what they're making. Like they could be making a live action, Nala movie for all we know.
I'm still like there. It's really weirdly male balanced. Like the amount of female characters in this are very low, and so it's kind of strange that like we don't have Wasp, we don't have, really any female Avengers at all, and
Captain Marvel.
Yeah, like where's Captain Marvel, Photon, Ms. Marvel? Like, we've got that whole.
I think a lot of the younger ones, I think they're saving them for that Champions project that they have going on.
Yeah.
But I hope they make it into this. Also, like a lot of the street level, like I would love to see Charlie Cox show up.
Yeah.
Somewhere. Like
my hope is that when they do go into a Secret Wars, that they take off so many of the strongest players in this, that the street level characters come together, and so you see Daredevil pull together the Defenders again.
Yeah,
I want to see Jessica Jones. I want to see Iron Fist, but I want to see the Iron Fist that ended in the Iron Fist series, the Jessica Henwick Iron Fist. But I also would love to see Finn back to, as like the gun-toting Iron Fist.
The Punisher just taking names.
Holy shit. Like, there's so many cool things in the comics with the Punisher, that I don't think we'll ever see, because it has just become, oh my God, what's the actor's name?
Barenthal.
Yeah, John Barenthal. It has become his character, and I don't think we'd ever see him like fighting off an Asgardian invasion or something like cool like that.
You want Frankencastle?
Yeah, Frankencastle. We'll never see Frankencastle in this, but with the Thomas Jane could show up. That would be amazing. Like Thomas Jane loves the Punisher and even made a fan film you can find online.
That's right.
Of it. So there's just a lot of cool things that could happen. I love this, and I'm riding the hype train. I'm so excited.
Big shout out to Ray Stevens. I think he was a great Punisher. I'll just leave it at that.
That opening scene where he just spins around the table and then just kills everyone, but executes one guy with a knife through the skull.
He rocket launches
out of a Darth Ennis book.
Like,
oh fuck!
It's so good. Anyways, all right, I gotta get out of here. I don't know if you guys are sticking. You guys sticking around for a little bit?
We might as well just close it down, unless Jet.
Yeah.
You want to hang? Yeah. I mean,
we're gonna close it down. We'll close it down.
We'll catch up next week. Next week we'll do just like a big catch up, unless some other news drops. Then we'll figure it out. But stay tuned. I had a great time. This was great. I've been wanting to talk about this for like the whole week. So
yeah, me too. It's just good to be back.
Yes, very glad to have you back as well. Leonard, Kim, Carlos, big shout out in the chat.
Thanks, guys.
Anybody else watching afterwards, let us know who's missing, who's your wish. Like, leave all that in the comments. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.
The most important thing in life will always be
El Bebo.
Twitter loves you.
Simon Center, get the fuck out.